I have on the agenda today the practice of love. The fourth week in Advent is all about love. Tomorrow they're celebrating love in the church if you go to church. Um, but it's just so much more than that love. And at this time of year, um, I think that being with family and friends is so important, and spreading the love and the joy to whoever we meet. Even if we don't love them very much, we can all practice a little bit more of that. Um, I know for sure I have to continue to remind myself to be loving and kind to all, love and tolerance. And so today I just invite you to love this journey that you're on. Whether you're really in love with it right now in this moment, or you have to fake it until you really make it. So for our meditation, come home to yourself and bring one hand on top of the other, on your heart, at your chest. Maybe a slight bow in the head if it's comfortable, like a little bit of a chin tuck towards the hands. But mostly lots of length through your spine, a connected seat, whether you're sitting on a block or on a bolster to elevate your hips if you need it. And it's a very smooth, consistent inhale, exhale. The focus is the connection between the heart center and the third eye, that longest journey that we'll ever take between the heart and the mind, the soul and the spirit. Practicing forgiveness, compassion, generosity, humility. We're always the first ones to benefit when we practice those very difficult tasks, that really tough part about being human. Some of us are better at it than others. It's something that I've had to learn as I've gotten older. So soften your gaze. Put your tongue between your teeth if it helps you to relax your jaw, especially if you're a teeth grinder. But if you're not, you can always place your tongue on the roof of your mouth to be more relaxed, to open up your mind more, to connect to your third eye. The camera down just a little bit. To give and to receive without fear or anger or resentment. This is the state of compassion, and it is the true essence of yourself. And so many more possibilities are available to us when we live from this place. Our aura is brighter, and people are attracted to that magnetic field, the heart center. When we're living from that space and we're practicing giving and receiving without those three nasty parts, fear, anger, resentment, everything is more open and available to us. People, places, things, opportunities knock, and we're ready. And so today, I would like us to focus on lots of postures, asanas, that will open up our heart space. I have a cute little flow that we'll see if I can run us through it, start to finish, without breaking away from what I planned, but it might happen. It usually does. Another 10-20 seconds here with the hands over the heart. Breathe a little deeper. Even though your hands are closed and over top of your heart, make more space there. Spread your fingers a little wider. Invite the skin from around in front of your chest to be more open, and spread it. Like, spread the love, spread the goodness. Spread the cheer. Breathe in and hold the breath in. Keep the hands where they are. Sit up, extend your spine more. Keep your shoulders relaxed. And breathe out through the nose. And then as you breathe in, release the hands, open them up nice and wide. Let the head go back. Stretch your fingers. Open your heart, your lungs, your chest, your shoulders. And breathe out and bring those hands together and round the spine, shifting back a little bit, tilting the pelvis up. Inhale, open, expand, and exhale, and start to move at your own speed. Using your breath, your core muscles to move you forward and back, to balance and stabilize the moving parts. So we're working in the heart, the chest, and down into the abdominal area, where we're seated on our sits bones that are rocking, tilting back and forth. When you connect those hands together, are they completely connecting? Like, are your hands aligning when you arrive? If you close down your eyes, you have that air awareness, that hand-eye coordination, or that hand-mind spatial awareness to know exactly where your hands are. Just play with that a little bit. Deepen your breath, spread your wingspan. Completely exhale when you round. So you're activating your core, you're making yourself warm. Now breathe in and open up wider. Let the head go back a little bit further. Flip your palms up. And then bring your head back to neutral. Flip your palms down and extend your index finger and your middle finger out, and hold your thumb down. Hold your ring finger and your pinky down with your thumb. And keep spreading like we did this on, I think we did it in both last couple classes. But as if somebody's pulling on your two fingers that are pointed straight out. Stretch right out as far as you can. Feel it in your shoulders, in your scapula, like you're being tugged apart. Long, deep breaths here. Sit up tall. Now roll open your elbows. So you want to rotate your elbows towards the back of your mat. And feel that stretching even further. Close down your eyes, rotate further, spread wider. Breathe in and hold the breath in. Expand your radiance, your beauty, your grace, your charm, your wisdom out and beyond. And relax. Let the hands float down to the mat. Connect the hands beside you on the mat. Sit up tall for a moment and just feel how good it feels to let all that energy go out. Walk your hands forward and just forward fold over your crossed legs. Slide your hands back, and as you do so, bring your hands up behind your head, interlace them in a Venus lock behind the skull, opening up your elbows wide, your chest wide. And then like you're resting on a lawn chair in the sunshine, let your head go back. So you're not leaning back, it's just the head. The hands holding the head, opening your elbows wide, letting your armpits air out. Now bring your head back to neutral. Keep your hands where they are. Exhale, cross thread. Opposite elbow down to the opposite knee. Breathe in, open up, wide, spread the elbows apart. Exhale, switch sides. Reach the other elbow down to the opposite knee. Inhale, come back up and move with your breath rhythm. Exhale, opposite. Inhale, open, and keep going. Do your best to keep your elbows wide. It's so easy for that high elbow to want to dip down. Balance out both sides. So make sure you get equal right, equal left to right, right to left, and then come on back up to the center. Keep the elbows where they are, the hands where they are. Exhale, just dip left elbow down towards the left hip. Inhale up to center. Exhale, right down towards right side. And move again at your speed, which is basically your breath capacity, how much air you're squeezing out, how long can you hold that squeeze out before you have to breathe in, come back up. It doesn't have to be about how long you can hold it. It can just be about finding a rhythm that's inside of you that works for you. Make sure you get both sides equally. And then back up into the middle when you're ready. Spread your arms wide, fingers out as far as you can go. Bring that left hand down, connect to the mat, and extend the right arm up into the sky. And then switch. Just gently pushing off. Gracefully moving side bend to side bend. Get a little more flowy here. You can keep moving, you don't have to stop. And equal sides. Back into the middle, and then we'll stretch our legs out long. And we'll lower down onto our back. This one's kind of different. Instead of bridge, where we would bend our knees and walk our feet up close, you're going to just move your heel up about half an inch towards your bum. So your knees just a little bit bent. There's space between your knees, the backs of your legs, and the floor. Your feet are fairly flexed, so the toes are spread and pointed up towards the ceiling, and the hands palms down on the mat, nice and snug next to your body. So when you breathe in, you want to lift your pelvis up into the air, your bum off of the mat, and then lower back down with control. Make connection into your spine with the exhale. Breathe in. Lift up, so you're really pushing your heels down into the mat. You'll feel the backs of your legs starting to burn. And then lower back down with control. Let your spine melt into the mat. Then inhale, lift up off the floor again. Hold for a moment. And lower back down. Relax the legs long. The legs can be extended as far as they can go. Lift your right foot, leg up into the air. Grab hold of the back of the knee or wherever you can get to. And remain here and breathe for a moment. And then start to rotate your ankle around in one direction. Feel the different parts of like stretching by having the leg up with the hand holding the back of the leg and the ankle rotating. Reverse the direction. And then pause, flex that foot. Slide the hands further down the leg, or up in this case really, towards the bottom of the foot, which means bend your knee in order to hold the bottom of your foot. Invite your toes towards your nose by massaging the bottom of your foot and spreading the energy out your toes. And then take a moment to make sure your back is connected into the mat. Everything feels balanced, like your hips are squared to your shoulders. And then lift your head, your nose up towards your knee. And pull your toes over your head as far as you can go. And then lower that head back down. Open up your leg wide and out to the side, as if we were standing on the ground in Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Pull that leg back up to the center and then cross it over the midline and switch hands and open up your free hand wide. You don't want to lose your balance and roll over on your hip too far, which I just did. I was actually cheating and holding onto the fireplace here. Come on back up to the center. Let go of the hands, palms face down, and then do 10 leg lifts on this right side. Long, powerful, deep breaths. We're at about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and switch legs. Bring that left leg up into the air, hands behind the back of the knee, and just stretch it out for a moment. And then start to roll your ankle around in circles. This side will feel different than the other side. Oh, well, it might not. It might though, just because we haven't stretched it out yet as much. And then reverse the rotation. Maybe even try a figure 8 with your toes as the crayon. And then hold it there, flex the foot, slide the hands up the leg or down the leg, whatever makes sense, around the bottom of the foot. Bend the knee so you can hold the foot. And then stroke the sole of your foot from the heel to the toes and pull those toes closer to you, or at least bring the energy out the foot, stimulate the nerves down there. Oh, thank you. And then hold on for me. Kayleen had to remind me what we're doing next. Let go with your right hand and open your leg nice and wide. The bottom, the leg that's on the ground and long on your mat, pretend you're standing on something. So we're laying down our backs, the sole of the foot is exposed, but you can pretend that you're standing on the ground. Breathe in, come back up through the center, switch hands. Go over the center line without rolling too far over on your hip. Try and find that balance point on the right glute, both shoulder blades. Come on back up to the center. Release the hands and begin your 10 leg lifts. Powerful breathing through the nose. The other leg's grounded down, the heels pushing into the mat for support and stability. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower down with control. Now we'll come into bridge pose. So walk your feet up towards your bum. If you're able to hold your ankles, go ahead and do that. And if not, hands or palms down on the ground. Breathe in, lift up. Walk your head away from your shoulder blades and walk your shoulder blades closer together. Wherever you're holding onto the mat, ankles, doesn't matter. Bring them in close. Send the navel higher. Pretend you have blocks or anything that you're trying to hold between your knees to internally rotate them. We're just going to stay here and breathe. We're only doing one of these. So get used to it, relax into it, bring the breath to where it feels uncomfortable for you. Five. Lift up more. 4. Push the feet down more. 3. Breathe deeper. 2. 1. And begin to slowly lower. Walk the shoulder blades a little farther apart so you have the space to bring the spine to connect back down to the mat. Draw the knees into the chest. Hands around the shins, nose up towards the knees, and just move around any way you feel good. If you want to rotate your knees, open them away, bring them closer, or just hang out here with your nose close to your knees. And then from here, we will come on to our hands and knees. So if you would like to rock and roll on your spine, get enough momentum to roll yourself right over, or any other way you want to arrive up onto your hands and knees, find your way there. Inhale up to cow, exhale round for cat. We'll just move the spine this way, flex, extend, flex, extend. Make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees under your hips, the soles of your feet exposed to the ceiling, airing out, relax. Three minutes of cat-cow-a-day can increase the level of collagen in your body, reduce the onset of wrinkly skin, stop the aging process in its tracks pretty much. And come to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, take a downwards dog, and move any way you want in your dog. Walk it out, hips side to side, whatever feels good for you. Take that opportunity now to explore this inversion, this restorative posture. Let the blood flow, move around into your head. Maybe you can feel your heart at work. Come into the essence of you. This is my favorite posture. I think we all love it because last week I tried not to do a downward dog and I gave everybody the chance to do one and everybody chose to do one. So we all know how good it feels and how important it is. In a moment, you can come back down onto your hands and knees. So as you're ready, I just watch people come into that position. Hands and knees. And then we'll take our right leg up towards the ceiling. Hold it here. Extend the leg out as high and as far away as you can, like you're pushing something away. And we'll kiss our mat 3 times. So keep your elbows close to your ribs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. And up. And lower. And up. And then step this right foot all the way through between your hands. So we have a 90 and 90. Bring the hands up onto the front knee, interlace them, and get stable here. Stable enough that you feel good and you can close your eyes down. You can let your diaphragm really relax and breathe. There shouldn't be a whole lot of work happening in this area. You should just feel good. If there's a certain amount of work, but you want it to be smooth and feel good, not tense. So once you feel stable, if possible, bring the hands up behind the head, interlace them again. The elbows are wide, similar to what we did before. And we're going to cross threads. So left elbow down to that front knee. And as we breathe in, we open up, let the arms go, And we wind open. Breathe in, come back, hands behind the head. Exhale down to that front knee. Inhale, boomerang open, release the hands. And hands behind the back. Exhale down. Inhale, open. And down. And open. Last time down. Hold here for a little moment. Let the hands go and bring your left hand down along your shin and your right arm open up. The high right hand, bring it behind your back now to the opposite hip. Let it go. Come back up. Unwind, open up, boomerang posture, and pivot your back foot so that it's perpendicular to the mat. So we just moved that knee from here to here. It's a little bit closer to our front foot now. Right elbow goes down to the right knee. We're like in a kneeling side angle, so reach over the head. Really extend from your knee, up your hip. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can bring your hand down off your knee, slide your forearm down near your shin. If you want to go even deeper, you can bend your elbow underneath your front knee, and you can reach behind your back and find a bind. To be fairly easy-ish, maybe. It's okay if it's not easy. Unwind, come back up into a kneeling warrior two stance. Look ahead, palms down. Now your back hand, your left hand, is going to come down about a foot or two away from your back knee. And your front leg, your right leg extends and slides a little bit further away. Now the right hand, reach it past your head. And then roll your body close. So your toes, your right toes and your right arm are sort of closing, internal rotation. And then they're opening, external rotation. Heart to the sky, throat to the sky, inside of your foot to the sky. Exhale, rotate closed. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, rotate closed. Squeeze the air out. Inhale, open up. One more time. Open up. And as you exhale, sweep that hand down along the long edge of the mat. Walk your hands to the about center. So your hands are off of your mat. You might want to bend your knee a little bit more, so that front knee, maybe bend it a little bit unless you feel good with the leg long. Do a few cat-cows here. So it's nice to flex and extend the spine in a different position. Hips are more open. And come back to neutral spine. Walk the hands back until they're at the front of the mat, and turn and open your front foot and unpivot on your back foot. So your legs are like back into a lunge, but then we're going to sit down on our back heel. So find a little groove. Your heel might be able to sit right in between your bum cheeks, right in that center spot. And then fold down over the long leg. If possible, hold your heel with your right hand. Maybe you have to bend the knee, maybe you can't get there, it's okay if you can't. And then the left hand holds the toes. Bring the chin into the chest, breathe in, and then breathe out completely. At the bottom of the exhale, squeeze everything from the base of the spine, your rectum, your navel point, your diaphragm, and your neck. This is called Mahamudra, it's the Great Seal. So hold that breath out, squeeze everything. These are the bandhas. Breathe in, and then breathe out again. At the bottom of the breath out, activate those bandhas, the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. for Mahamudra. The effects are pages long about what they can do for you. When you need to take that breath in again. And then fully exhale. Get at least 3 to 5 of this patterned breath in and really activate the locks, the bandhas. In Sanskrit, bandha is lock. And then begin to unhook those hands. Come off your heel. Walk forward. Tuck that back toe underneath. Open up your back knee. And so you're sort of off on an angle, off on the left angle of your mat. Let your bum hang down between your heels. Maybe go down to your forearms. This is runner's gait. And then walk the hands along the back edge of the mat towards your back left foot. Bend that knee. Find your Skandasana, long front leg. You can go down as deep as you want. You can stay up high. And then we'll come back forward again. Face the front of your mat. Pivot on your feet. Return to downwards dog. Inhale, come to plank. Exhale, lower down. Up dog, down dog. Walk those feet or hop to face the front of your mat. Forward fold. Lift up half. Forward fold. Rise to stand tall. Hands at the heart center. Reach and extend. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Downwards dog. Inhale, plank. Pause. Lower. Up dog. Down dog. Walk up. Meet your hands. Release the back, the head, the spine. Inhale. Lower fold. Bend the knees, rise to stand. Exhale together, elbows wide. Inhale. Forward fold. Lift up half. Exhale, dog. Inhale, plank. Pause, lower, upward dog. Downward dog. Come to your knees on all fours. We'll extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Reach, press it into something imaginary. So you're activating your glutes. Feel balanced in your hands, your back knee for support, and lower down to the mat and give it a good old kiss. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. Love that mat. And all it does for you, all the support it provides. And one more time. And push back up. And then draw that knee in towards your chest. Step it up so we're into a 90 and 90. Nice wide base of support from your front foot to your back knee and foot. Inhale, come on up, hands on the knee. And find your breath, your balance. Chest is lifted but not puffed out. Diaphragm's breathing very naturally. Giving the psoas some love. Feeling balanced now. Bring the hands, Venus lock behind the head, elbows wide. I'm just going to switch ends of the mat so that I don't go facing my back to the camera. Elbows wide, exhale, cross thread down to the opposite knee. Inhale, boomerang, open. Other way, Kayleen, open up to me, there you go. Good, now we're doing the same thing. Come back up, hands behind the back. Exhale, right elbow down to the left knee. Inhale, boomerang, open wide. Nice. Exhale, hands behind the back, down you go. Open up. And a few more times. Last boomerang open for now. We'll cross thread back down. As you arrive down here though, the elbow can hug around the hip and the other left hand can go high to the sky, or you can have your both hands spread wide, forearm down along the outside of the shin. If a revolved bind is in your practice and you'd like to take that outside hand down and underneath your left knee and catch hold of your other hand, of the right hand with your left hand at your right hip, you can try that. So your right hand goes outside, no other way. So your right hand outside the left leg. Yep. Yeah. Lower down. Now bend that hand underneath the left leg, and then yeah, there you go. Reach, reach, reach. Left you guys there for a while. Inhale, come on back up, open up, and pivot your back right foot to perpendicular. So we have a side angle. Left elbow down to the knee. Reach the right arm up above the head. You can go down further if you'd like to now. We're staying here for a few more breaths. You can also find that open side angle bind if you'd like. Yeah, that's the easy side. The revolved bind is the hard side. One more breath in. Open the chest and the shoulders away from each other a little more. Push into the front foot and lift and rise up to a warrior, kneeling warrior two. Gaze past that front hand. Hold it. And from here, our back hand goes down about a foot or two past our back knee, connects, arrives. You can send your front leg longer, you can keep it bent, really up to you. And now we reach that hand past the head and we begin to close, externally rotate the foot, internally rotate the foot and the body, and then externally rotate open, foot to the sky, inner arch to the sky, chest, heart to the sky. Let your head go back. Exhale, round and close, internal rotation. Squeeze the air out, activate your core. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close the space. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Couple more times. Open up here, reach, reach, reach. Pause in this posture. Wind down, connect the hand to the mat, and then walk it along the long edge of the mat till you find just about center here, hands between the knee and the back foot. You can bend your back foot if you want to, back leg if you want to, or you can have it long still. Some cat-cows. Exhale. Inhale. Feel how great this is on your hips, your low back. And neutralize that spine. Keep walking your hands towards your front foot. So your left leg, you're going to pivot open. You're going to kind of find yourself back into that lunge facing the front of your mat. But then you're going to sit down on your right heel. Find your perineum. Get comfortable there. Can you let your foot be flat? Does it feel okay? Yeah. There you go. Good. And then lean forward over your long left leg. Left hand holding the heel, so the palm of the hand has the heel resting in it, and then the right arm goes on top of the toes. Inhale, and at the bottom of the exhale, activate those bandhas. Squeeze from the rectum, the diaphragm, the navel, the neck lock. Hold it out as long as you can with that squeeze. Extending the spine. And then take that big breath in. Reset. Hold again. So you're practically pulling your belly button up and in behind your rib cage. That's the feeling. Get one more full cycle in. Breathe normally here. Untangle your hands from your feet. Come off your back heel. Walk your hands back forward towards the front of the mat. Tuck your back toe under. Open up your knee so you're off on an angle off the right side of your mat, and then let your bum come back between your heels so you have a runner's gait. Maybe down on your forearms, maybe you're up with long arms, it really depends. The weight's pretty evenly distributed in both feet, but you're off more on the front right angle of your mat. Now walk along the long edge of your mat towards your back foot. Skandasana, bend that back knee, lengthen the front leg long. Oh. We'll come back, but not quite all the way back to the front of the mat. So we're side facing on our mat now. Square up your feet so that they're both in line with each other. We have a forward folding triangle. Let the head go. Forearms on the ground if possible. If you feel like you want to try a headstand from here, Linda Bryant, maybe if you want to go ahead and try one if you have room. If not, or anybody else wants to try one, Keeleen, up to you guys. Now is the time. If you're not doing a headstand, just feel comfortable here, letting your head be long. Maybe even putting your head, crowning your head down onto the mat and bracing the back of your head with that Venus lock, and just practice lifting your heels off the ground a little bit, getting your core involved. Just feel a different area of your body working for you. Being upside down is so good for this time of year, so good to detoxify the lungs and the nasal, the congestion that goes on. It's so good for a cold being upside down. Now coming out of this, lift your head up, come off your forearms unless you were already on your palms, and we will bring our hands to our hips, bend the knees slightly and lift up so the feet are still side facing, arms out long, right hand down to the left foot. You can bend the front leg if you need to, or the left leg I should say. Inhale, come up, down to the right ankle, left hand to the right ankle. Inhale, come up. Really steady with control here. Exhale, hold it for a moment. Oh yeah. Inhale, come up. Exhale, left hand to right ankle. Last time each side. Last one. Okay, so here's the fun little half moon balancing act that I want to try. So we're side facing on our mat. You can pick whichever side you want to go to first, but half moon is this. I'm not perfect at it, but you're standing on the one leg, your hands reaching down. If you have a block that you want to place right here where your hand would go, you can do that. And you want to have a block on the other side because you're coming down with control, you're finding that star shape, and then you're switching to the other side. And you're going back and forth, side facing on your mat, and then landing with control and to the other side. So just have a little bit of fun. See how far you can go. As soon as you feel like your top hip is going to close because you want to reach the ground, that's the point that you want to stop. So you want to stay as open and wide as you can be. So you're going to feel it all through the outside parts of your body. And then your legs are going to get shaky. Last time each way. Back to center. Open up your front right foot. I think you guys are all right foot facing the front of your mat. I hope, maybe not. Triangle, shift your hips towards the back of your mat. If it's the other way for you at this point, I can't remember, sorry. Just do a triangle and then we're going to switch sides and do triangle on the other side, side facing, same side, so. Breathe in, come up. Parallel your feet. Open up your other foot. Shift your hips away from that front foot and down into triangle. Bend that front knee, rise up, and spin yourself all the way back to the front of your mat. Find your way into a downward dog. One more flow if you want, or child's pose, or just stay in your dog. We can meet back up into downward dog. Again, just set your dog. Walk it out, work your hips, rotate around, swirl your knees like you're stirring a pot, or open up your armpits more. Send your bum to the sky. Bring your navel in and underneath your ribs towards your spine. And then come forward into plank. So lift those heels up. Pause for a moment. Lower down. Stay down on your belly. Kick either one or both feet up into your hands. So you're either doing one side at a time for bow, or you're doing both sides at the same time. Here you can breathe long and deep once you arrive and are holding your ankles. Lift that head up. Try and lift and bring your toes together if you're doing both feet at the same time. If you're doing one at a time, it's a good time to switch and do the other leg now. Try and lift your head a little bit more. Open your throat, your heart. Nice, Linda. You're the only head I can see, so. And relax down. Take a child's pose or stay on your tummy, up to you. And what your back needs. Elbows near the rib cage, forearms to the mat. Inhale up to Sphinx. Throat's open. And we'll do 3 lion's breaths here. So lion's breath is hang that tongue out with a big exhale. So we really want to clear the throat chakra in order to make more space between the heart and the third eye chakra. So inhale, exhale. Let your tongue hang. Scrunch your face. Inhale. And lower down. Forehead to the mat. Walk your hands away from you so that the elbows are up at 90 degrees. So the forehead's on the ground still. Elbows up 90 degrees, hands anchored, nice rounded knuckles like spider fingers. Push up and open and press into the hands. Spread open in your chest. Now slightly dip your right shoulder down and look up left. Lift and rise up through the middle. Strengthen and lengthen your arms, and then dip the left shoulder down, elbows to the sky. Inhale up again, and switch sides. Third time each side. I lost track actually, sorry. One more time each way. Back to the center. Bring your hands a little closer to your chest. Take a last child's pose. Super long arms. Air out the armpits. Give your lymph a chance to move. And then as you're ready, come on to sit back up into easy pose. And cross your hands like this, so hand to shoulder, hand to shoulder. Let your chin be down towards your chest. And then from the chin being in the chest, roll your head like right ear to right shoulder. Roll that way, then roll around to the back, and then come back up through the center, and then chin back to the chest, left ear to left shoulder, roll back through. So you're creating a figure 8 motion. So you're just gently massaging your cervical vertebrae. You're giving yourself a hug, and you're completely nourishing yourself and all the love within you so that you can spread it around to others in this infinite pattern of wisdom, loving kindness, loving tolerance, loving patience, loving self. There's no end to the amount of love you can give. Just remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. Come back up to the center. Pull the chin in a little bit, sit up a little taller, and then just give yourself a little bow down to the earth. Reconnect here. Inhale, use your core and lift yourself back up. Let the hands unwind from each other, and you can take your legs out long. Sit tall in Dandasana for a moment, hands next to the hips, palms facing the ground, shoulders lifted a little bit, but then relaxed down your back. And feel your core at work, but also very permeable, very workable. Eyes closed down. This is a good indicator of how your dog works, how your downward dog works. Reach the arms up, face the palms to the ceiling, lean forward a little bit. Find this seated upward down dog. Now flip your palms down, sit back up, and lower down onto your back. Try and take your time to get there. If there's anything else that you'd like to do on your own before we take a little rest. Happy baby, shoulder stand, a wheel, a little supine twist. Just a little hip roll out, hip tilt. So we open up our hearts to new meaning this Christmas, to new journeys, inward journeys, external journeys, how they impact us. And we created some warmth in our heart space today.
Sa
Really start to move your legs, your hands, your eyes closed. Just stretch yourself, hug yourself. Roll side to side. Pick a side or gently push yourself up. Pick a side and stay there for a moment. And slowly begin to rise. Left you for a little bit longer, Shavasana. Merry Christmas! And we'll come back to seated. Hands together. Rub them. And since we warmed up our heart space so much on the hatha, when you separate your hands, go a little bit wider. Envision the energy between your hands, that tingling feeling or whatever, however you would describe it, and see how wide it spreads. Hand to hand, hand to heart to hand, and beyond. Like a spinning sphere, the chakras spin. Sometimes faster, sometimes slower. We want to find that even, balanced spin. So just see it circling inside you, outside of you, around you, behind you. And seal your practice together at the heart center, and we'll Om together.
Thank you. It was great, Lindsay.
Welcome.
Thank
I'll
you.
stop the recording.